It's on. All right, it's on. I don't know anything.
You're on, Leonard.
We are on. Let's check the sound. How are we doing? Look at this chat room. And now I'm not officially saying it, but it looks to me that the chat room has been repaired. And who should repair it but the people who we pay? We pay for the chat room. We pay for a lot of stuff. I want you to know that. We don't do this for free. Anyway, welcome aboard, everybody. Laura is here. Malpal. Holy mackerel. Chat room is working, and I'm excited. Greg is here. He was here early. Thank you, Greg. Chris Gallo, Dad's the Premier, the Danny Fuller, the Malpal, the King Hap, the Rob Aruda, Robert C., Unholy Toledo, and a cast of thousands in the chat room as guests. Nice to see everybody. The sound is great. Good to hear. And let's kick it off. And today we're going to do a contest. We're going to have a draft. Andy and I are going to draft our picks for the All-Star game. And if you scroll up, you'll see the way we're scoring it. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to do that. We're going to score it. A single is 1 point. A double is 2 points. 3 points to triple.
I'll put it in the chat room.
All right, you put it. Andy's putting it in the chat room. But before we do that, let's get to the tidbits and the nuggets, because that's something we cannot do without. The All-Star game. And like I said yesterday, I like the NBA All-Star game. I love it. But I'll tell you what, the lead up to the All-Star game in Major League Baseball is fantastic. The game itself is kind of blah, but the lead up is pretty good. Now, without talking about the All-Star game all morning, the Yankees hired Sean Casey now as a hitting coach. So let me throw this out to the chat room. And by the way, there's 3 weeks left to the trading deadline. We're going to be hitting the trading deadline and the trade rumors like never before starting tomorrow. So tune in. We got a lot of great stuff, done a lot of research, a lot of good nuggets. The sound is great. Good morning, class. That could only be Stardog or Daniel Ferrara. Anyway, here's my question. Does a good hitting coach have to be a good hitter in his day? Sean Casey was a nice hitter, but does a hitting coach have to be with credentials of being a good hitter? Or is it more important for a hitting coach to be a good teacher? And look at this chat room. We are locked and loaded. Thank you, everybody. Eddie Heckman, DK Luch. Unbelievable. We finally got it fixed. And as you can tell, I am flying once again. Absolutely flying. King Hap, Laura, Rob Aruda, Triple Play, and everybody's here. So does a good hitting coach have to show that he was a good hitter? I mean, sometimes you know what to do. Sometimes you just can't do it. So I want to know how you feel about that. A hitting coach being
Greg
a good
chimed
hitter.
in.
Who?
Greg.
What did he say?
He said no. Those who can do and those who can't teach.
Yeah, and that's it. More important to be a good teacher. So, all right, like father, like son, just as his dad didn't too. We're not going to talk about the All-Star game and the hitting thing very long, but here are the highlights. Vladimir Guerrero Sr. in 2007, Toronto Blue Jays, just like his father did, he powered his way through to win the 2023 Home Run Derby. The runner-up in 2019, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., knocked 25 home runs in the final round against Tampa Bay's Randy Arozarena. Okay, so a great showing. First in Derby history as Guerrero Sr. and Guerrero Jr. became the first father and son duo to have a home run derby title. And it was amazing. The biggest highlight of the night, though, was Julio Rodriguez in front of a tremendous crowd in Seattle. Hit 41 home runs in the first round, making history, the most home runs in one round in Derby history. Now, here's this. Julio Rodriguez has the most homers in a single Derby round. He passed Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 40 in the second round in 2019. And this is exciting. This is interesting. All right, you want to hear some news? Julio hit more homers in the home run derby than the Cleveland Guardians have hit all season. 61-60. How about that one? And home runs this season, Lewis Robert 26, Mookie Betts 26, Pete Alonso. It's the first home run derby where at least 3 participants entered with 26 home runs since 2003, where they had Jim Edmonds at 28, Carlos Delgado, Albert Pujols, and Jason Giambi. And Adley Rutschman almost stole the night. Switch hitting. All right, 20 home runs in 3 minutes, hitting 7 lefty in 30 seconds. Unbelievable. Adley Rutschman put on a show. Once again, the chat room putting on a show. Leonard Donaldson is here. Dennis Timko is here. Chris Gallo is here. The chat room is, not only Toledo missed it on purpose. All right? No, I didn't go out of my way to watch it. It's not that, it just presented very little excitement to me. Very little, okay?
I love it.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. becomes the first player to lead Major League Baseball in home runs in 2019, win the Home Run Derby in 23, and hit 4 grand slams before turning 25. He now has 117 career Derby home runs, second most to Alonso. Okay? And, of course, Zach Gallen is the first Diamondbacks pitcher to start the All-Star game. Who was the last Diamondbacks pitcher to start an All-Star game? Come on, chat room, time to wake up. The chat room is working. Everything is working. Look at this, 25, 26, 27. Whoa, chat room, they fixed it yesterday. And who fixed it? It wasn't Mitchell Larson who fixed it. It was the chat room people. We pay for the chat room. So we said, fix it. And they fixed it. There you go. Anyway, who's the last Arizona Diamondback pitcher to start an All-Star game? Zach Gallen's going to start tomorrow. Wasn't Randy John? Unholy Toledo gets it. Unholy Toledo. No, Triple Play got it. Triple Play got it. Okay? Wow. It was Kurt Schilling. There you go. So Vlad joins 2008 Justin Morneau as the only Canadian-born player to win the Derby. For the first time, that's right, Justin Morneau. That was a question for the chat room, but I blew it. For the first time in history, we have father and son winners, and as Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hung on to beat Randy Arozarena. Just doesn't seem right that Randy Arozarena is a star. Vlad was so exhausted by that he took a timeout 40 seconds into the final round. Then he got on a roll. But still, it was a great showing. And that was the All-Star game. Okay. All right, here's another question. Kurt Schilling was a great answer. Rotorius is here. SM King Turd is here. Kenny Flamme is here. Let me ask you a question. Is the chat room fixed?
Yes.
Take a look at it. Take a look at this chat room. Holy Dennis Timko, we're all back together. We're all in love with each other, right, Laura? There you go.
Laura's going to a Mets game. She's taking me.
That's it. Laura's taking Andrea to a Mets. You got to be kidding. Shohei Ohtani, the first hitter in American League history with 30 homers, 10 stolen bases, and a 300 batting average in the first half of the season. He's the 5th pitcher in American League history with 100. And by the way, Ohtani is only eligible as a hitter in the draft with Andy. Okay? Now, here's another question. Name a Major League Baseball All-Star this year. There's only one player in the All-Star game who has the word All-Star sprinkled in his name. his name, Tommy Johnson, and Tommy Johnson's not the answer. There's one player who's got the word All-Star sprinkled in it. I mean, you have to decipher it. You have to figure it out. It's not in there as All-Star, but he's got all the letters to form. Chat room is boom. There you go. Chat room is boom. It's unbelievable. One player this is a tough one, has the name All-Star in his name. 5 All-Star appearances. And here's another one for you, okay? And this is it. And then we're going to get to the draft in just a couple of seconds. But the question is, name the 2 players in Major League history that have made 5 All-Star appearances for the American League and 5 for the National League. So you got a lot to do. The player with the name All-Star in his name, first and second name, not middle name. All right, the first one is who? And name the 2 players who have 5 All-Stars. Well, Andrew's not wrong. What are you talking about? Okay.
Unholy is my friend, Leonard.
Unholy is my friend, too. Okay, chat room is boom. But name the 5 All-Star appearances, American and National League. 2 players had 5 American League appearances and 5 National League appearances. Come on, chat room. Let's see how smart you are, okay? Let's see how we're doing, okay? Let's see how we're going. Whoa.
Are you happy, Leonard?
I am thrilled. I am absolutely happy. And are you ready to start?
Yes.
Are you ready to start?
Not till what?
All right. Are you ready to start?
Doing it after the tidbits.
Well, I'm not. I'm almost finished with the tidbits.
I'll be ready.
All right. Tests on outfielder Tommy Phan's groin came back negative, so he'll be reevaluated. It looks like he's going to play. The Atlanta Braves, of course, one of the greatest teams in the first half of any year. Last 27 games have hit 67 homers. They're 24-3. They're scoring 7 runs a game. They got a 304 batting average, 577 slugging percentage, plus 84 run differential. So they're doing a great job, okay? Come on, chat room. We need to know 2 players that have been in the All-Star game 5 times. That's right. Leonard Donaldson's got 1. Frank Robinson. The chat room is rocking. Frank Robinson is 1. Nice going. All right. Name the other one in the other league. Frank, I'll give you a clue. Frank Robinson is 1 who's appeared in 5 All-Star games in the National League. And the other one, as soon as I give you the clue, you're going to know. Okay? And by the way, Frank Robinson is 1, but there's another one. And by the way, the player with the name All-Star, and you can figure this out yourself, you'll see. The player with the name All-Star, in his name, okay, in his name, and if you decide, I just gotta remember who it is, that's all, and then I'll be fine, okay? I'll remember, okay? Let's see, Justin Morneau was there. Shohei Ohtani, William Contreras. He's got ALL, he's got STAR in his name. He is the All-Star. Now, the White Sox continue their amazing season. They have first half homestands. They have 8 winning records, 2 road trips, 8 wins and 1 and one. All right, let me just read it again. 2023 rights, first half homestands. They have a winning record of 2. First, and they played 8. They've had 8 homestands. On the road, they've had 8 road stands, winning record of 1. So they are just killing it. Okay, White Sox not doing it. All right, Andy, you getting ready? And by the way, Calvin Harris, now I don't think you know who he is, but Calvin Harris has hit not 2, not 3, hit 4 home runs the other day in the Old Miss Missouri game in college baseball. 4 home runs. Marilyn Mitchell are here. The chat room, not only is it fixed, it's the best it's ever been. We're in the 30s now. We're back. We're freaking back. Thank you, everybody. Okay. So, Andy, are you ready?
Yes.
Our draft is coming up. But first, we have to tell you about Bryce Harper. All right. Bryce Harper has made his mark, nationally known to be a prolific power hitter. On average, he could be counted on to give at least 30 home runs, 90 RBIs every season. However, for the 2003 season, it doesn't appear right for Harper. And they say he's not injured. Through 56 games, Harper has hit only 3 home runs in total to go along with 23 RBIs. Projected over an entire season, he would be on pace for a miserable 9 home runs, 68 RBIs. Look, recovery from Tommy John surgery, that's one thing.
Here I come,
Did he
Leonard.
and here she is, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready. Now, I want you to put in the chat room, who do you think is going to win this event? Andrea or Lenny?
How do you know yet?
Star Dog is here. Who's gonna? Well, it's who do you pick to win the event? Okay, anybody want to take that pick? Harper did have a decent month in May. He hit 315, 18 runs scored, but 3 homers. So, if you take a further look at StatCast, his average exit velocity and hard hit percentage are both at his lowest since 2016. So let's see what happens now. Here's the question. If you have Bryce Harper, do you look to trade him if you could find a buyer?
No way.
Do you look to trade him? Andrea says no way. So that's the question to the chat room. Daniel Ferrara is here. And Victor Mesa has been placed on the restricted list. He threw only... he threw a fit and he left Jacksonville. Okay, but so he was.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, he was placed on the restricted list, and then
he's placed there because he threw a fit and left Jacksonville.
Well, he was placed on the restricted list. He didn't want to be. He didn't want to be on it, so he threw a fit and just left Jacksonville. Okay.
And they paid him $5 million.
$5 million. And that's what they say. Okay, we have a lot of stuff on the Dodgers. Remember, Zach Gallen's going to start against Garrett Cole, starting for the American League. And who was the last Yankee to start an American League All-Star game? Okay, I'm leaving you with that.
Okay.
All right, everybody, we're ready to go. Thank you for your turnout. As you can see, doesn't everybody feel better that the chat room is fixed?
They probably feel better because you feel better.
There you go. I feel better.
That's okay.
Who do you think's going to win? Andrea
say Leonard
or Leonard?
I don't want him to say.
Who do you think's going to win?
Don't say it.
We gotta see.
No.
So far, nobody's saying. The picks are starting now. Now you can scroll up.
I'll put the points in
again. And the
again.
points will be put in again. Andrea, who is your first pick?
Okay, hold on. Let me put the points in.
Andrea putting the points in. And who was your first pick? That's the question.
I got to take Ohtani.
Andrea's taking Ohtani.
Wait, so we get a DH, right? Because that's all he is. That we have to have a DH.
Yeah, okay. You can.
All right, so who's your first pick?
Andrea gets Shohei Ohtani. I will take Ronald Acuna. Okay? He's an outfielder. Ronald Acuna.
Okay.
All right, Andrea's up. Ohtani. And Ohtani is only eligible
as a hitter.
That's it. All right, Andy, you're up.
I'm going to take... Corbin Carroll.
Corbin Carroll. Good. Now it's 2 points for a stolen base. 2 points for a stolen base.
Go ahead.
I'm going to take my second outfielder, Mookie Betts, outfielder for the Dodgers. Now I have Acuna and Mookie Betts. And so right away, 3 outfielders from the National League have been picked, okay? So, Andy...
I'm going to take Corey Seager.
Whoa, that's who I was going to take.
I know, that's why I took him.
All right, so Andy's taking Corey Seager. All right, I'm going up, and I'm taking a first baseman, and I'm taking Freddie Freeman at first base. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to take Sean Murphy at catcher.
Sean Murphy at catcher, you're taking?
Yep.
Wow. All right, I'm going to take a pick now, and this is going to be a little off the board.
Okay.
He's not going to be a starter. Well, yes.
I knew it.
Luis Robert is my third outfielder.
Okay, I'm going to take...
So my outfielders are Acuna, Mookie Betts, and Luis Robert. How's that, everybody? How is that? No, take Lorenzo.
It's my turn.
Go ahead.
Gallen.
Andrew is taking Zach Gallen. Okay? And Malpal is going crazy in the chat room. Everybody wants you to take Lorenzen. All right, Leonard Donaldson, how you doing, kid?
I don't know why Malpal's doing that.
I'm going to take, for my next pick, third baseman, Jose Ramirez. So right now, in the American League third baseman is Josh Young. And he's going to start, but how many innings do you think Josh Young is going to play? I would say he'll play 3, maybe 4 innings, and I think that, I think Jose Ramirez is my pick.
I'm going to take Luis Castillo because he's going to get to play in Seattle.
In Seattle, pitching Luis Castillo. So, Andrea, taking pitching, and...
Yeah, because you're taking all hitting, so I figured out a strategy here.
I'm taking all hitting, okay.
That's right, and
Let's go back. I was going to...
Just go ahead and take Cole, because you know I won't.
No, I'm not going to take Cole.
You don't want Cole?
No, I don't want Cole. I want, oh my gosh, this is a tough one. I want to take an infielder. I don't want to, I'm going to take Wander Franco. Wander Franco. I can't believe that, I can't believe that all right.
He's not even a starter. Right?
He's not a starter. Jose Ramirez was not a starter.
Neither was
But
Luis
don't forget,
Robert.
Luis Robert was not a starter.
You're making this too easy on me, Leonard.
Just because he's not a starter doesn't mean Jose Ramirez not a starter.
All right, I'm going to take George Kirby.
What?
Yeah.
All these pitchers? You're leaving them all for me.
Yeah.
All right, what do I need? I need a second baseman, a catcher, a second baseman, and a catcher. My second baseman, even though he's been slumping, I'm going to take... should I take one? Notice I'm not taking Luis Arraez because even if he does well, he's not going to be. I'm going to take Bo Bichette, another guy who's not starting. So
wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking Bo Bichette, another guy.
He's a shortstop.
He's also second baseman.
He's not listed as a second baseman.
He's not listed as second baseman. Second All-Star. So all right. So then, he's not...
You can have him at second if you want, Leonard.
No, if he's not eligible...
He's not listed at second.
He's not listed at second, so I will...
He's a backup shortstop.
Backup shortstop. So I will take, all right, Whit Merrifield at second base.
You bastard.
I love when she says that.
Sucks. Because,
you
Well,
bastard.
I could take either Albies or Marcus Simeon.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I'll take... I think the thing is, I really think Albies has a better chance of getting a homer.
Wow.
I think I'll take
I will
Albies.
tell you, we've each taken our outfield. Are we playing with a DH?
I don't need a second baseman now that yours is
Are we playing with the DH?
Yes, you get one.
So I get one?
Yes.
I'm going to take Mike Trout.
He's not playing. You can't take Trout. He's out.
He's in there.
With that little symbol next to his name, like Aaron Judge, that means they're not playing. I'm going to give you a chance
It means they're not starting.
No, they chose not to play in the All-Star game. Mike Trout will not be playing today.
Mike Trout is not playing.
Anybody with that symbol next to their name is out.
Is that right?
I learned it when I was studying this morning.
I'll take Luis Castillo. Castellanos.
Nick Castellanos.
Yeah, Nick
All right,
Castellanos.
he's a good pick.
Now, after that, I need pitchers.
Okay.
But go ahead. What do
All
you
right.
need?
So I'm going to take my last pitcher before you get one.
I thought you already
I
have
have
three pitchers.
and a closer. I need a closer.
All right. You need a closer.
Okay, I'm going to take... I think the National League is going to win this game. I'm going to take Camilo Doval.
Good pick. Camilo Duval. You'll get a save. You can have
Hopefully.
a good chance of getting a save out of that.
All right.
Now, what do I need?
You need a catcher and 4 pitchers.
I need a catcher and 4 pitchers. Well, I could save the catcher for last, but I could save the pitchers for last, too.
Yeah, because I'm done with all those.
You have them all. All right. I'm going to take Adley Rutschman as my catcher.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, and I'm going to take Vladdy Jr. as my first baseman.
Okay.
I know he's not a starter, but I still like him.
Okay, good picks.
All right, your turn, Leonard.
Okay, Leonard's turn. Let's see who I'm going to take. I got to take pitchers, right? So
That's all you get.
That's all I get is pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take as my number 1 pitcher.
You kind of have to take Cole, don't you? I mean, I know you don't like him, but he's starting.
I'll take Garrett Cole.
Okay, Garrett Cole for you.
Go ahead.
Now, for an outfielder or a third baseman.
Corbin Burns, and the
Wait, you can't. You only get one at a time.
All right, Corbin Burns, and I'll go with Kevin Gausman.
You can't take 2 in a row. I get a pick.
Oh, that's right. You go. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so you picked Corbin Burns. I'm going to take a Rosarina in the outfield.
Okay.
And then you want to take, who's your next pitcher?
Kevin Gausman.
Gausman's out.
What do you mean he's out? He's out? All right, I'm going to take, whoa, this is a tough one. I'm going to take,
See, you should have drafted some pitchers.
Don't tell me what to do.
How about Pablo Lopez?
I'm going to take Nate Eovaldi.
All righty, Eovaldi.
Okay? Nate Eovaldi.
All right.
So, are we set, or you just need an outfielder and a second baseman?
I need an outfielder and a second, and you need a closer.
And I need a closer. So, go ahead, you take your outfielder in second, and I'll take my closer.
For another outfielder, I guess I have to choose Adolis Garcia.
Adolis Garcia. My closer is going to be Carlos Estevez.
Okay, and my second baseman is going to be Ozzy Albies.
Ozzy Albies. And there you go. So, Andy, read off the teams, and chat room, you be the judge. Who do you think has a better team? Come
All right.
on,
Lenny has Adley Rutschman, Freddie Freeman, Whit Merrifield, Wander Franco, Jose...
Wait a second. Danny Fuller said I was cheating.
How's he cheating?
Gausman's on vacation. You're right. All right, go ahead.
All right. Lenny's team is Adley Rutschman, Freddie Freeman, Whit Merrifield. Good Lord.
I got it.
You don't have the phone.
Jeremy Gibbs, good morning to you. The chat room is fixed, and that's the best thing you can hear.
Wander Franco, Jose Ramirez. He's got a great outfield with Acuna, Mookie Betts, and Luis Robert.
Yes.
Castellanos as the DH, Cole, Corbin Burns, Eovaldi, and Estevez.
That's it.
My team is Sean Murphy, Vladdy Jr., Ozzy Albies, Corey Seager, Arenado, Rosarina, Otani, Corbin Carroll, Adolis Garcia, Zach Gallen, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, and Doval.
Okay, so there you have it. It's by special request. You wanted Lenny against Andrea. You got it.
Now we're going to do the points. We'll have the scores. And what do we win, though? Can I win something if I win?
All right, let's ask the chat room what the winner gets.
Oh, gosh.
All right, chat room. And you can't say money. What does the winner get between Roto Lady and the Legend? What does the winner get? Okay?
Okay.
We'll see.
Thanks for having me, Leonard.
All right. This year, Dodgers are the second team to have 3 or more 30-year-olds starting within the first 4 lineups of the All-Star game. Okay? The Dodgers had Lopes, Reggie Smith, and Steve Garvey at one point. Their all-star starters, Freddie Freeman, Mookie Betts, J.D. Martinez, are batting 2, 3, and 4 in the. Anybody take J.D. Martinez? No. What happened? I wonder why we didn't take him. This year's Dodgers are the second team to have 3 or more 30-year-olds. Remember the Dodgers in 1980? Davey Lopes, Reggie Smith, Steve Garvey. Zach Gallen starting today. Max Scherzer. How do you think? Give Max Scherzer a. Oh, by the way, one of the things I'll be talking about in the next day or so, the trades. The fact that the Yankees signed Sean Casey to be their hitting coach. I have learned it opens the door for the Yankees to get Paul O'Neill. That's right. Nothing is definite, but keep in mind, if Paul O'Neill winds up on the Yankees from Cincinnati, it's going to have to do with Sean Casey. And remember, you heard it first right here. The Yankees could very well now have an in for Paul O'Neill. Now, Max Scherzer, let's give Max Scherzer a grade. In 2022, he gave up 13 home runs in 145 innings. In the first half of 23, 18 home runs in 87 innings. Max Scherzer, to me, he doesn't get an F, but he gets a D for sure. Same thing with Verlander. A D. There you go. Jeremy Gibbs, good morning. Chris Gallo, good morning. The 2000...
I think Eddie Heckman's annoyed that you didn't take Batista over Estevez.
Oh, I didn't take Batista. Sorry, Eddie. No offense to you. The world champion, if anybody's betting, pay attention now. Fangraphs has the odds to be the world champions. They've got Atlanta, 24.5%. The Dodgers are next at 12.2%. Way behind. Tampa is third. Toronto, and then the Dodgers are 12.2. Tampa's 11.4. Look out. Okay, and then Toronto, 5.6. Houston, 5.5. Texas, 5.3. Then you got San Francisco, Arizona, San Diego, Philadelphia, the Mets 3.1, Miami 3.0. I'll tell you, if you're placing a bet on who's going to be the world champion, okay, wow. I'm still going to say the Astros. 5.5% is what you get. The Astros winning the championship. 5.5% chance. So that's a big number if you want to bet the Astros. They are 5.5% on the Fangraphs charts to win the world champion. Okay? Danny Fuller says the Braves beat the Rays. Daniel Ferraro was in a league that if a guy on your team wins the MVP, you win $50. There you go. That's good. That's an incentive. Okay, that's an incentive. Now, remember, Johnny Cueto is officially back on the roster, reinstated. He will not start for the Marlins. That's, at least from what I understand, his role will begin in the bullpen, and they're going to go from there. And now for you White Sox fans. The White Sox entered the All-Star break 16 games under 500. Though the White Sox are only 8 games out of first place. The first place Guardians. And the Guardians looking to trade Bieber? Something is wrong. Something is wrong. And Rick Hahn, the White Sox general manager, expected to lead his team by selling players prior to the August 1st. And John Heyman said that they could be prepared to sell very quickly. The only players that John Heyman says the White Sox will not be trading will be Dylan Cease, Lewis Robert, Andrew Vaughn, and Eloy. Everybody else could go. Cease finished second in the American League, Cy Young voting last year. He has regressed. He's got a 4.3 ERA. Robert, the lone White Sox players selected to the All-Star game, Vaughn and Jimenez, homegrown players. Homegrown. Wow. So let's see what you do there, okay? It's going to be It's going to be fascinating, okay? Absolutely fascinating. And there you go. All right? The worst records, and here's another one. If you're placing bets, the worst records against left-handed pitching. The worst. The A's are 7-18. The Angels are 8-17. But the best records against left-handed pitching. The Braves 13-5. Tampa 12-5. The Orioles 18-10 against left-handed pitching. Astros 15-9. The Yankees do well against lefties, 10-6. Red Sox 16-10. So if you're placing bets, that's where you go. All right, now here's my phone number. Putting it in the chat room. If you got anything that you want to talk about, please give me a call. Speak to Andrea. Cueto could be a solid reliever. The Marlins could use help in the bullpen. There's my number. Okay, you got both of our teams.
Wait, I only put yours in.
Oh, Andrea's putting my team in there, so wait. Giolito is as good as gone. And Gio to the Astros, yes. What would they want for him? Giolito seems fit for one of the Texas teams, right? So it's going to be interesting. Eddie Ekman says the legend is the winner. Okay. Andrea, you putting the points in there?
I'm putting my teams.
Putting the teams in, and then we'll put the points in if you want to check back. Thank you to Greg, Chris Gallo, Dad's a Premier, Daniel Ferrara, Danny Fuller, Eddie Heckman, Jeremy Gibbs, Kenny Flamia, King Hap, Leonard Donaldson, Laura, Malpal, Merrill, Mitchell, Post 1958, Rotorius, SM King Turd, Stardog, Tommy Johnston, Unali Toledo, Triple Play. Wow. And take a look. After a couple of weeks of having a screwed up chat room, we are back. You can't keep us down. And I thank you all for your support. Thank you all. Wow. Danny Fuller, Andrea could win in a blowout. Wow. Well, that would be a good prize for me. But what do you think the prize should be? Okay? What's the wager? That's what I want to know. I'm asking the chat room. And it can't be dollars. What's the wager between Roto Lady and the Legend?
Steak dinner.
Steak dinner? Okay. If that's the best you can come up with, I think Leonard Donaldson I think he's the only one who got it. Okay? But the DK Lush, thank you all. A back rub. Okay. I'll take that any day of the week. Thanks, everybody. Slave. Oh, wait a second. Well, we already have that. King Hap, slave for the day.
Oh, God.
King Hap, did you ever play that game? All right, I think I would lose on purpose. Okay, but that's good. All right, thank you all for everything, including your ideas and the whole thing. Anybody have any questions before we go? Tomorrow, we're going to do a lot about the trading deadline, which is August 1st. A lot. And if you want any of your questions, Lenny forfeits. Okay, that's right. If you want your questions answered, absolutely put them in the chat room. Thank you all. Continue to deal with everybody. You guys are the greatest. Eddie Heckman, thanks for your support by calling me a big winner here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, thanks everybody. We will see you again tomorrow. We don't stop the chat room. No, I don't know how to stop it.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
Keep talking, Lenny.
I'm going to keep talking
I
because
gotta put my team up.
Andy's putting her team up, so we're going to have to wait. Both are winners. Both are winners? You can't have two winners, Mal Pal. Talk about sitting on the fence. Thank you, Eddie Heckman, for calling it a fantastic show. Look, anytime I compete against Andrea, it's really not a lot of fun because she likes to win. That's for sure. There's her team. All right, talk about not being able to stop the chat room. Okay, there you go.
Okay, everybody.
Thank you all.